Good morning, guys. January the 4th here in central Illinois. 7 o'clock in the morning here, 13 degrees. We have a winter storm warning coming in here for later on tonight. 5 to 10 inches at least, and farther south even more. So for those of you who live in St. Louis, may I just say, Hail Mary, full of grace. Pray for us now and at the moment of our death, because you're going to be knee-deep, actually way deeper than that in it. So, be careful out there. This is what I'm up to. I think I told you I was making some stuff, or trying to make some stuff for trolley car interurban maintenance. Well, this is what I'm looking at, and forgive the printing. I am out of ink, so it gives me all kinds of stripes and different colors. But this is what I'm working on right now. This is a side dump. They made a side dump, and here's another one. This is what gave me the idea. That's a hopper bottom, and I was going to use a 500 series Lionel for the hopper bottom. Here they are right here, but I'm not using these. And I was going to cut them off right here at the rib on both sides, and then use this truck. This is a separate plate on both ends. It clips on. Put my cab up against there and put a power unit to pull the whole thing. But this, the 218 side dump, is a far easier conversion. Thus far, I haven't had to do anything as far as modifying the car at all. Like you guys know, I kind of like the industrial base. I'm just not into passenger trains and that kind of stuff. I like freight trains. I like, excuse me, I'm just moving my paperwork. I like some of the stuff that the small lines created so that they could get the jobs done, like the two gooses that I did. I did this little mine train over here. In fact, if you know anything about Rich Art made a locomotive not unlike that, and that's what I copied mine off of. But here's what we've got. This is what I've done so far. And I have to tell you, it's wonderful to have magnets, because that's all that's all stuck together with a magnet. Well, at least the front part of it is. The back has been soldered and everything. But this is the cab that we're looking at putting on this thing. And of course, there will be two of them. There will be one at the back. I've been in a quandary as to just how I want to do it. I've already cut this cab back once, height-wise. It was 3.5 inches tall. It's now 3 1/4. I didn't want it to overpower, but I didn't want. I wanted it to look as proportional as you can, and it's a little bit hard to do. For instance, that cab is 2 inches deep. And that's basically from the back. That's measured from the back of the mechanism to the spear on the coupler. I've got to have it might look a little better if it were thinner, but the problem of it is, this is what I plan to do. That's a 42 brass door. I intend to put a door on the side of this cab. And then, of course, I intend to have windows cut in it. Everything, I've already got this laid out to how I want it. The circle, of course, is for the headlight, and the 218 would be rubber stamps. So that's where I'm at with this. Like I say, I've already modified this a couple of times. I also, at the very edge there, I clipped it from the back so that would sit down on that rail, which is how the car bodies sit. And the other thing that I will probably do is this bed completely comes off. You take off 2 bolts and it lifts out. I may drill and tap that on the back side so that I can take and drill 2 holes through the cab, screw it to the back of that, and make it rigid, because I'm afraid of grabbing the doggone thing and snapping something off. Also, I have to put a roof on it. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go with a hip roof, like I did with the goose on here, or I'm going to take and roll a roof like I did with this. I can do either one. I don't know which I like the best. The road roof would maybe be a little easier, because I want to mount a pantograph or a trolley pole on the top. And there would be a trolley pole on both cabs. Well, now I can't show you because I threw the paper on the floor, but the real ones had a trolley pole on both of the cabs. So we'll put this thing back down. And the real ones they project up over the bodies so that the crew, usually a window's in the backside so that they can see in. So you have to imagine that we've got another cab on this end, of which also I'll have to make a special hole in the side of the tin because I want that cab to fit over that control arm, and I want to put the wheel that actuates the bed so that I can actually use it. So that's where we're at on this. All kinds of decisions, but I'll show you, hopefully, what it does. Now you're just going to have to imagine it with two cabs. And I'm not going to put a cow catcher on it. None of these had cow catchers, none of them. Nor did they have couplers in the front. So I'm not going to put couplers and I'm not going to put cow catchers on it. It's amazing what you can do with magnets. But that's where I'm at. Like I say, no modification to the car body itself. In fact, I bought another one of these things for even less money than what I paid for this one. And this one was almost a giveaway. And the only reason I bought it was to get a 218 brass tag that I can put on there. So, and I'll have parts. But yeah, this is what I'm really into, the industrial base, the industrial toy base. So I always like the mine trains, and that's where we're at with this stuff, guys. And I made those little dump cars. That's from the Lionel Station set. We painted them, we rubber stamped them. Some of them we left the original Lionel paint on, rubbed the rubber stamping off with fine rubbing compound, and re-stamped it to our own Dig Deep Mining. So, I'm hoping in the near future that my powered dump car can be added to the roster of my industrial base. All right, guys. You have a good one. You have a safe weekend. If you are south of Central Illinois, all the way from Arkansas probably to the East Coast, be prepared. It's going to be a nasty weekend, and the next couple of weeks are going to be cold. Next week, a high of only 20 degrees for the better part of the week. So we'll never get above freezing next week. But that's all right. I got plenty of things to do. On the 6th, I take down my Christmas tree. That's old Christmas. So I'll be done with it. Sadly, I hate to see it end. All right, guys, have a good one. Be safe. Toodaloo.